Going, looking around the internet, we're at 9:27. We only have 30 minutes, so we're going to run our show today, Trash to Treasures, at 10 o'clock. So stick around at 10 for Trash to Treasures from the Union County Farmers Market. So I'm looking around the internet. Now, all the things that they talked about, chaos, all these outbursts and anger and hate and all of these things seem to be on the Democrat side of the aisle. Now, Trump has released some tweets, and we like to go to the Twitter deck, okay? We like to go to the Twitter deck. The Trump economy, this is 7 minutes ago, the Trump economy is booming with help of House and Senate GOP. Farm bill with SNAP work requirements will bolster farmers and get America back to work. Pass the farm bill with SNAP work requirements. Okay, that came out 7 minutes ago. 8 minutes ago, the President of the United States said, almost everyone agrees that my administration has done more in less than 2 years than any other administration in history of our country. I'm tough as hell on people, and if I weren't, nothing would get done. Now, that attitude and that mentality and that comment sounds like I could put together the heated conversations that happened in that Oval Office between John Kelly and President Trump. Now, will Kelly leave mid-year or midterm? I think he may. It's not unusual for a chief of staff to leave 2 years in. It's not unusual for them to, he's been Homeland Security. He's not Colin Kaepernick. He gave sacrifice to this country. He's a 4-star general. He lost so many of his men and women in battle, not to forget to mention his son. Okay? So, almost everyone agrees my administration has done more than 2 years than any other administration in the history of our country. I'm tough as hell on people, and if I weren't, nothing would get done. Also, I question everybody and everything, which is why I got elected. He questions everybody and everything. I just understand that, okay? And that's why I got elected. An hour ago, the president tweeted out, isn't it a shame that someone can write an article or book, totally make up stories, and form a picture of a person that is literally the exact opposite of the fact and get away with it without retribution or cost? Don't know why Washington politicians don't change libel laws. You can just say whatever you want, okay? 9 hours ago, Secretary Mattis, Woodward's allegations, I got the comment on that. Jim Mattis calls Woodward book, that's the Secretary of Defense, Jim Mattis calls Woodward's book fiction, product of somebody's rich imagination, okay? Fiction, and remember we said earlier, we showed you Mattis supposedly is the one that said he had the mentality of a 5th or 6th grader and that the president told him to kill Assad, okay, in Syria. And James Mattis said, this is fiction. He's a 4-star general. Kelly said, hey, we have some tough conversations, but it's not chaos, and I didn't call the guy an idiot. Are we a bunch of idiots in here? Let's look at this from a different angle. Oh my God, he just called the president an idiot. I don't know. I don't even know if he uses that language. And I don't know, there's something up with Sessions. So let me just say this. I believe Bob Woodward is a Democrat operative, much like Carl Bernstein. Now, do I think Woodward and Bernstein found something on Nixon? I think the break-in of the Watergate apartment Although it may have been, I'm going to go into depth on it and study, let's not go there right now on Watergate. Although it may have been a crime, and although some people may have covered some things up, the actual tapes where Nixon says, hey, we need to find $1 million, I can find $1 million, we got to pay these guys, that's a problem. Nixon's comments on the tape is a problem, okay? They don't have these tapes. So Woodward and Bernstein found something out, okay? They wrote about it. They were at the forefront of Watergate, and they are Democrat operatives. And one is on MSNBC all the time. That'd be Bob Woodward, and on CNN, and Carl Bernstein. They're Democrat operatives. They released this Tuesday. I told you, a friend of mine sent me a message last week. It said, do you think the Republicans will retain the House? And I said, today, this was last week, I responded back to this individual. I said, today, I feel good that Republicans will retain the House. Next week concerns me on what the outcome will be, because this will be the nastiest, dirtiest, ugliest campaign season in our lifetime. I say it over and over. Yesterday, the individual sent me a message and just said, you were right. They were watching the Kavanaugh hearings. They were watching everything that was going on. It was later yesterday. I just got a message. I looked at my phone, and all it said was, you were right. Yesterday, it tuned up. Okay? Will be the worst. So the President of the United States, another book tour right in the perfect time to go through and on the book tour to go through the news. Now, a couple things that were said this morning. Joe Scarborough, which I know you're tired of hearing about him, but if he called the president stupid, he called him stupid 20 times in an hour. Again, early stages of dementia. People in the White House, are saving us from a madman. Okay? Supposedly there's a madman in the White House, and if we did not have these people in there, we would be in big trouble. They are saving us from a madman in the White House. We are better than this. The blue wave. Okay, I sure hope Brett Kavanaugh doesn't monkey this up today. I wrote that down. The 25th Amendment, again, resurfaced. Impeachment, 25th Amendment, these books. What happens next? How many Republicans cancel quietly their campaign events with the President of the United States? Fear is the name of the book. Wonder how many Republicans will have fear in November. Oh, by the way, the court in North Carolina, there's a decision on the redistricting there. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go over that and wrap up the show.